Hi hobbyists! So today is pistachio with something different. Um, have you ever wanted to burn your collector CDs? Well, I have good news for you. So much good news. Whether you have an internal disk drive or an external disk drive, whether you don't have any kind of drive at all, your computer is probably going to come pre-installed with some sort of media player that has the CD ripping option. It is so laughably easy that I just ripped Cuisinier soundtrack. The disc is clearly inside. I'll have it pop out. This one's a little tricky because you have to like stick it onto that thing. But I have a Riodas, and it's a plug and play CD movie player. I haven't tried a movie yet, but the player works. We could try Wild Frost next for you. It's really easy. Obviously, you have to have an HDMI port. Okay. Unfortunately, you do have to manhandle that. And there, for me, it comes up as Windows Media Player, which kind of sucks. It's a little sucky. But that's okay. So if you have Windows Media Player, there should be like there's a picture of a CD. And yeah, you can't see it. I mean, I could try to make you see it. But yeah, there's a little CD icon. There'll probably be a CD icon with whatever you use, and it'll just, pop up it'll say RIP CD. And all you have to do is click RIP CD. It doesn't take more than 10 minutes. I mean, that's kind of long, but you're ripping an entire playlist. This one just has 14 tracks, so it shouldn't take that long. It'll put a folder somewhere. I'm still confused about the system a little bit. For some reason, originally it put it in a folder called videogames, and I think it just created that folder itself. I did not create that folder. But you'll know it's working because there'll be a little button that says stop rip. But it says it's already ripped to the tracks. You can see it, Windows Media Player, but for some reason I don't know where it's putting the actual song this time. But it works. So we have a ton of CDs to get through, and I could show you the rest of my collection while I rip these. But yeah, I don't know. Sometimes these things sort of have a mind of their own, but you can still do them. You probably will want one thing for the last step. Wherever I've put this thing. Hold on. An old iPod. You can use an MP3 or a Walkman or whatever you want, but my Walkman died, and that's what I got. That is what I use. And besides the game tracks, I have some other stuff I want to put on there. Of course, you will need some sort of aux or whatever charger goes to your little device. And there it is. iPod, iPhone charger. I found it. So it put it under Paul Zimmerman. And I assume this is the artist of the soundtracks. Yes. Well, we'll have to rename that. I'm never going to be able to remember that. Later, I'll have to put these all in like iTunes and then put them on my iPod. However you do it will depend on this or that. I feel like I have these already on my iPod. These are also not game related. These are just from the Virginia Highland Festival. I just happened to get them. Still going. Now these are interesting because they're unusual. They're not square. So we have Persona 3 RST. Well, it's the new Persona. Let's see. Ooh. Persona 3 Reload soundtrack. And so it comes with a different shape, which is so interesting, especially because Persona is absolutely obsessed with music, right? It comes with two, but they really don't need to use all the space. But they wanted to be flamboyant about it, I assume. And of course, we have to change that up. We're going to do Potionomics next. And so the plan is just to rip all of these and then put them back with their game collection. Although it would be nice to have a few CDs for my jukebox. I live in an apartment, and sometimes I'm like, I want to move in a couple months. I kind of want to put these where they belong. And maybe in the future, when I own a place, I'll have them on a CD rack, and that'll make sense. And I'll have a video game room or something. But for now, I'm going to rip these so I can listen to them, and then I'll have these somewhere, until there comes a time where I can have them out for display and use. And Cuisinaire is done, so let's keep adding to that pile. Potionomics is going to be a bit chunky because we got 2 whole CDs. Back to examinations of these CDs. Unicorn Overlord also goes overboard with their CD holder. They have 2 CDs, one on each side, and of course they have this beautiful graphic here that they've stuck in these little holes to make it look pretty, that shows you what's on the disc, what's on each disc, and it's only about 10 per disc. So this is, I'm not sure if this may be flaunting a little bit more than Persona. But I do truly love Unicorn Overlord, and I do mean to finish it. I was getting pretty close. But wow, just look at that. And it makes you wonder if there's anything behind there. But there's not. It's just a printed graphic to be pretty for you. This will be, this really is some kind of crowning trophy for you for buying the specialist edition you could have. So these two, just too big, just trying to, show off, so to speak. Now I'll show you a really showy CD that is going to be Chainsaw Man, and I can't wait to burn this one. And this is a fantastic display, and I've kind of broken it because it is so difficult to open. It is round, and that might make sense because oh yeah, it's a CD. And you get all these cool little printout graphics for kickback, and there's only 3 songs on here, and it's pretty much the same song. But it's more of a spectacle than anything. Isn't that beautiful? And it comes with this chain link choker, which I've worn before. It is not uncomfortable. It is amazing. I mean, just look at this thing. I mean, it's such a gorgeous design. It is a little tricky getting the casing back on. That is my only complaint, and I think I've already cracked it or chipped it somewhere, so it is quite difficult to get it to stay closed. Another reason I like to rip a CD is if it's trying too hard and it looks badass, but I can't freaking open it or close it, for that matter. So a very cool CD it is in CD case, but there's no way I'm gonna get that closed. And yeah, I can see where I've cracked it here a little bit, but you probably can't really see it that well. So here we have the Farmagia soundtrack, or Farmagia, however you want to say it. This one only has 23 songs. It's not a very complicated game, we'll say that. Here's another anime favorite. We have 5 tracks on this one, and it's one of the openings, I believe. Well, it says Twinkling Ash, Gollum's Tears. Still, a beautiful cover art here. Marcel, it's just gorgeous. Who doesn't love a girl? And the art is beautiful. Such good movement and like stillness at the same time. And of course the song. Everything from Dungeon Mesh is just like immaculate. So I can't wait to get that one ripped. And here we have Silent Hope. This is sort of one of those Harvest Moon Rune Factory spin-offs. And there's 33 songs on this one, so that seems to be pretty typical, although I've seen 37 on that first one on Cuisinaire. So Silent Hope, I actually didn't even start playing this game. But it's always good to have more dumb music on my iPod taking up space. At some point, I will need a replacement. So I just added the condition of ejecting after the rip has been finished to remind me that it's done. I believe you can do this too. We'll see if it works. But here we have one of the crowning jewels of the special edition of Baldur's Gate 3. And I have 1 and 2, and I've only played a little bit of 1, and I've played a little bit of 3, to be honest. But look at this crowning glory. The design on these CDs is literally insane. It is immaculate. It's absolutely gorgeous. They're a little bit sticking in there, but it does match the artwork in the back. Isn't that just amazing? Truly amazing. Has less discs than the game, at least. But Jesus, I mean, look. So we have CD 1 and 2 here on the back listed, and the third one here. Wow. So it looks like each CD only has about 14 tracks. You could put them on probably 2, but you wouldn't be able to get such a like ridiculous art piece. What would we do then? So, I mean, it's amazing. But dude, maybe like figure out your costs a little bit, but at the same time, it is amazing. I don't really feel bad about it. It's beautiful. Okay. This is a more typical CD case. This one is Prinny Presents Volume 1. And in total, it looks like there is a second disc. So there it goes. This one, Phantom Brave, I'm sure some of you will recognize that this game just came out. And you're like, what? But there's a new version of Phantom Brave. I played a little bit of Prinny Presents #1 just to check. And I thought, wow, this mechanic has been around for much longer than I thought. It is a very interesting game mechanic where you sort of haunt items, I guess, and make them, you can fight with them. I can't explain it as well as you can play it. It really is a very interesting design. Yes, another very normal one. So Process of Elimination. That is a game that still haven't played. I know, I'm terrible. I work full time. But this one has 19, and this is a mystery game. I bought 2 copies, one for me, one for my sister, because I know she enjoys a good mystery. Really into Ace Attorney, so I thought maybe this would be a suitable game for her. Okay, Record of Agarest War, and I've wanted to play it, and it looks like the CD thing it's already cracked. And these things, the cheap ones, they've been cracking since like 50 years ago, I'd bet. They're just known to break. They're very easily breakable. And sometimes I'll come across a CD I have, and it just doesn't close either. But there you go, 26 on Agrest War. And I thought, wow, an RPG that looks like something I'd play, so I'll pick it up just because it's on sale or something. So I have a lot of these that I haven't even played. But I find that I love video game music anyways. Here's one I have played, Cult Set Revolt, also sort of an RPG. It reminds me of Monopoly. And look at the designs. I don't know, you could call them Fire Emblem-esque. She could be in Fire Emblem. He could be in Fire Emblem. That could happen. This one belongs in The World Ends With You. This is a weird game. You get there's even a cowboy. But this is quite old at this point. And I just got the Japanese version of the original for keepsake purposes, and I thought, wow, that's so interesting. There's 20 songs on this one. And I'm quite familiar with that because I sat there for hours playing Monopoly, failing. I'm not good at Monopoly. Silver Case, another mystery game that I haven't played. And his face is sort of superimposed. You can see it when I do this. And this one's a CD sleeve. The CD sleeves are really easy, and I don't think they're any worse than a regular, CD case. This one has 10 tracks. Not bad. Now here's another Prinny Presents Volume 2 Anthology Official Soundtrack. There we go. It's got 13 to... Okay, so it's got 29 total. All these little Prinny Presents games, they're very interesting little things. It's like getting 2 in one game. It kind of feels good. And they always seem to be on sale. And it's a collector's burden. And another classic, here's Volume 3. I don't know why the first one gets the nice case, and the rest of them just deal with, here, it's 25 tracks. Here's a CD slip. Pretty girls are on the front. There you go. And Sekna, who is, I know, an icon, because I've seen her figures. They're very cute. And I still haven't played it, which is ridiculous, because I love farming games. And, I should play something like that soon. And good God, we've Baldur's Gate 3'd it again. Sakuna has 3 different tracks. One is for the forest, one is for Cascade, and one is for the mountain. And here we can see there's about 15 on each, so they've Baldur's Gate 3'd it. But this is one that does mean something, and that's Rune Factory 4, and I've loved this since I was about 14. 36 songs on their soundtrack, and a very typical but pretty little case. And I really like these cases that are half plastic. I mean, it's protective, but also not too unwieldy. And here we are. This is the Bravely Default Special Edition, and it's one of these flimsy, horrible ones that's hard to open. And it looks like there's only 10 tracks. Maybe that's what made this game so hard to play. There's only 10 tracks. But you can only defeat the same world so many times before you get bored. Now here's one that everybody will be interested in, as I am currently. Fire Emblem 3 Houses. And that is 33 songs. And look at this. I think that's all the house emblems. And as gorgeous as this little zodiac is, I'm maybe a little disappointed, but it's, the game is the game is a true crowning glory there, not the little CD soundtrack. They still put great effort into it, and I love Fire Emblem music, so I'll be quite happy with this one. Play that one a lot in my car. But I do need to replay this, because it is one of the better Fire Emblem titles of late. Awakening will always be my favorite, of course. But Engage, not the same impact. 5. Please stop putting children on the covers. 15 tracks. Not terrible. Here's our flying buddy with the farm. Yeah, I don't know. Rune Factory needs to stop being so child heavy in their bachelor and bachelorette selections. It's a bit too predatory for my like. Maybe they assume a kid will play it, but I don't think about it like that. Too many child bridegrooms as well. But I always just like, cross my fingers. I hope it's because there's a 10-year-old playing. Ooh, this is a game I'd love to talk about because it's so weird and ridiculous. It's like if Dungeon Meshi, they walked into the dungeon, they got lost, and everything was really gross, and the food didn't look good. But yeah, looks like 2 discs with 10 each, which is ridiculous. All right, Trinity Trigger. Adding to the list of games that I have shamefully not played. Each disc has about 33. Gorgeous designs, of course. I feel like I get too many of my games from Xseed and then I don't play them. I don't know what's up with that, and I'm sorry. Gorgeous though, gorgeous little artwork. I'll be listening to it before I play it. Think about it that way. I'm getting ready and preparing. And here we have a CD slip because this one, 3DS game. So we have 20 tracks on here. Not bad, not bad. And we have a character here. Not bad, not bad. And this one, we have Prinny 1 and 2, Exploded and Reloaded. This is Prinny's awesome mix. And it's 20 soundtracks. 20 songs on the soundtrack. And there we have a nice artwork of Prinny. Wow, he looks so awesome. There we go. They should have just given me a cassette. Another 3DS classic, Corpse Party. We got 41 songs on here, or just sound bites. Some of them could be 20 seconds, you never know. Here they are fighting. The girls, they're fighting. They're fighting. The girls are fighting. I guess it was pretty shocking at the time, the game. But, it's sort of classic now, to the point where it's like, I'm not sure I'm that scared. Okay, I had this one. I played it for a bit. This is Little Dragon's Cafe CD slip. There's 17 on there. It's okay. And here we have them feeding the dragon. It's a very cutesy little game. I didn't finish it, but I was intrigued. Quite intrigued by the idea of having a sort of little diner dash cafe situation where you're also raising a dragon. And maybe the dragon is your sibling? I don't have confirmation on that. I think the mom was with a dragon or something. Pretty strange. Okay. 30 tracks. 1 CD. Not bad at all. That's pretty good. So AI the Somnium Files. Still have not played that one. Shamefully, of course. Danganronpa Decadence. I played a couple minutes of this one, and I need to go back and play it this year. Before August, hopefully. 10 tracks. 10 tracks? Well, it's a remix. But seriously? Alright. 10 tracks for Master Detective Archives. Another detective game I have yet to play. I don't know why I never play these, because I do like them. And it is, look at that. Great, great composition, visual, I don't know, it's very swirly, it looks great. Another 3DS title. We have Etrian Mystery Dungeon, which is like, look, the manual and the CD holder are the same thing. Way to go above and beyond. And I love the names Landsnecht, and we have a Rune Master, a Medic, that's normal, Gunner, Dancer, Hexer, Ninja, Sovereign, Wanderer. Hey, it's Sheeran! It is just so... It's giving consolidation. It's giving... I know how to use our resources. It's brilliant. It's ingenious. That's what I mean. How many tracks am I getting on this? It looks like it's only about 6 tracks, which is sad, but it's a mystery dungeon. It's also Estrian Odyssey. It's what it is, and what it is brilliant. Octopath Traveler sound selections. I bought this so long ago. 14 soundtracks in this one. Oops. And there you go. Just Octopath Traveler right there. Cassette Beasts. Now that truly has a good soundtrack. 32 songs. And it's pretty much just the same as this, a continuation. My favorite character, next to her. Little CD slip. Nice touch. A game I've never played! Wow! So Akiba's Trip HD original soundtrack. 2 discs. That's too many. But we have 38 and then 9. So these are the vocal tracks, and these are the non-vocal tracks. I do want to play this, though. I just don't have the time. Who has the time? Sometimes I think I should take a day and play 20 minutes of each game. By then, I think that would be a lot of days. This one I kind of repaired a little bit. There's some tape. I got this used. I know. Not the best. But here it comes out of the top. Persona Shadow of the Labyrinth only has 4 tracks. But I love those tracks. It's hard not to say it kind of sucks just to have 4, though. Because it does suck. I don't know how I came by Bravely Second. The end layer. Nor does it say how many songs are on here. It's a mystery. Bravely, please do better. Rune Factory 3 Special. This is the only Rune Factory I haven't played yet. Well, that's not true. I'd never played the first one. 36 tracks. Wow. Good job, Rune Factory. Disgaea 5. When did I get this? There's 2 in here. 14 to 15 per each. That's okay. Now, I don't know why, but this was still in the box of Metaphor. This one comes with 2 CD soundtracks. Each one having 30. 30! Also, it's the ungainly size that the Persona 3 Reloaded one is. That is the same boy, to me. Well, hobbyists, you've seen all my CDs today, and it is quite easy to rip CDs. And if you want to put them on an iPod or something, all you do is hook it up. You open whatever thing, it's gonna be in the sidebar there. You could just move the files into your device. It's just like copy and drag, select and drag, and that's it. As long as you have enough file memory. You're gonna have enough space for whatever you want to listen to. So if you have a ton of soundtrack CDs, you should definitely go ahead and rip them all. Very useful. And some of them come with codes instead, but that's besides the point. Alright, see you guys.